We're in there. We are in there like swimwear. Hello? My controller? There we are. That was weird. Alright. I like that minigame better than the time, obviously.
This is the story of a man. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
I want to pick up the bucket so bad, but I can't for this ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to...
I'm not doing anything as emotional as
yes.
the other thing I was watching.
Admiring, but eager to get back to business,
I'm just gonna lock in. We're just gonna do it.
Door on his left.
I was very distracted by my own commentary, which, you know, imagine doing commentary while streaming. Then again, I was doing commentary on something I was not showing the stream. So, oh, that might actually be a problem in the future. This is not going to want to stay connected. Alright, come on. Alright. Maybe I could swap over to the Joy-Cons if I want to be super efficient, but... Oh yeah, it does not want to use this cord right now. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. But you know what we can do? And then this way, if we grab our Joy-Cons, we can just press the button on one of them until we have to do the back and forth. There we are.
Years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced
That's up to Kevin Brighting.
Bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want
No buckets.
to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished.
Maybe during our 4 hours, I'll talk about what I'm doing for my Pathfinder campaign or something. I don't know. We got plenty of time where we are not interacting with the narrator.
Specifically for you. Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option.
Oh, look.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But
I hope I'm not making any emotion sick.
Let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel...
I always say 1 for the leaderboard, even though it doesn't change any dialogue.
Answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got
Can't stand a online leaderboard.
And now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Alright. This is where our time starts.
The baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button.
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Here's the thing. Game audio is quiet because this noise is very annoying. We are currently experiencing art about daily tedium and the treachery of family life, the dangers that you have to endure as a parent trying to keep a young human alive as they slowly develop into somebody that is capable of avoiding danger. And to get that experience, we're going to need at least 4 hours of game time. Yeah, for later streams, I might turn up the Elgato volume. There were definitely some streams where I was a little too far away from my microphone, and it was I was pretty much inaudible. Like, I'm not even concerned about the baby crying, which, after the reaction people had to Yoshi's Island, is certainly something. It says a lot about this buzzer. have to close this. I was thinking maybe I would work on my game, but no. I should free up some space. Alright. Oh. Oh, I'm locked the fuck in.
Good to see that enthusiasm. Keep it up, Stanley. Just 3 hours and 45 minutes left to go.
Thank you, narrator. Alright, here we go. Perfect. Alright. We're getting there. Alright. We're getting somewhere. Oh heck, you know what I could do? Well, probably not. I was like, yeah, we can watch Iron Giant for free on YouTube, but no. We're gonna leave that. Yeah, we're getting in there. Oh my gosh, it's only been half an hour since the start of stream. What am I doing? Alright. Yeah, I guess I gotta turn up my game audio for other days. I know what we can do, actually. Might just go to a different server.
Okay, so clearly you're in it for the
Yes, we
long haul.
are.
Although I find it hard not to believe you're simply running a program to click the button over and over automatically, which kind of ruins the point of the game, don't you think? Wouldn't that take the art out of it? You can tell me in your post-playtest analysis.
There we are. Alright, how's that look? Still looking pretty good. Oh, hey. Some of the people are friends of my sister are playing 8 Deluxe. I want to show you some of the things I'm about to just drop on the Discord with no explanation, because they are just sort of customs related to my campaign. Let's figure out a good way to get this set up. Let's go to our tab here. Oh, you know what we can do? We can actually make it like a big window capture, and then like chroma out the stuff on the sides. That'll work. I guess I also need to sort out the parts of it that are related to what I'm going to show off on this stream and what's not. But obviously, I have a bunch of random stuff that's old content, not really relevant to what I'm going to be talking about. I don't know, maybe I'll also show off some of my old cards from way back when I did Icewind Dale. That's just something I do. I try to as close to, like, genuine content as possible. Like, I'm not here being like, yeah, red card that destroys enchantments, white card that makes each opponent lose life, or anything like that. Green card that destroys creature. No, no, no. I'm pretty well geared on like what the pie is, what general rates are in terms of like mana and effects. Obviously, I do things that are a little silly sometimes. I know I have a creature from my own character, which makes it even worse, from when we did Season of Ghosts, where it was very undercosted, but it's like, it's green! Green doesn't do instant sorceries! Give it all rebound! And then it's like, no, that's a little powerful. I've done like 3 different designs for... What are we doing with, a big boss from a different campaign just being unceremoniously brought into this one. So, again, we'll see all this stuff in a moment. Oh, did I not really export that many? I guess not. See, this is another good reason. I need to sort things out a little more before I try to window share my pictures. I don't even think I exported the newest version of this one that I just brought into the folder either. Yeah, I definitely didn't. Alright. Encore. There's really only like one player character that I'm even sure of, because I've only kind of just gotten into the mid-game of this campaign. I only have so much of an idea of what to do for everybody else. There's been a lot of combat, so not a whole lot of like really getting deep into people's characters, but that's gonna change. Woo. Wait, did I actually do the correct version of this card? I need to export this. There. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Alright. I have a source that is just called Discord somewhere. Oh, that's annoying, because I wanted to rename this window capture. window capture for? You know what I mean? Like, let's give it an actual name. Alright, there we are. Let's see if this will work. I'm gonna get a new window capture. It's literally not in use Discord. I guess it is for like a different input, not for a window capture. Because obviously on here it's a window capture that also has its audio, just in case somebody pops in. There we are. Select a window to capture. My photos. Yeah, just a moment. Gotta adjust these properties, obviously. Where are we? Hello? Filters, that's what I have to do, not properties. I have to add a new filter. Another visual filter. Chroma key. We're not gonna bother with it for now. Huh? Bring this over here. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one, that's why. There we are. Right, filters. There we go. Oh wow, even at, what, minimum, it's getting a lot of it? Here, let's reduce our reduction, our smoothness, our reduction. There we are, we're almost there. Why do we have so much red in here? Oh, that's the button. Well, gee, thanks for having the chroma. There we are. Alright. This is bad. I guess it's how it is for a black card, though. Hold on, we gotta keep adjusting our chroma if we can. Can I change the background color for the app? I don't think so. That's weird. If I have that open on the side, it covers up my whole game. But then, if I unselect it, then all of a sudden, it all comes back. Oh, here we are. Customize theme? All we can do is light or dark. Let's try that. I have a problem. Like, picking white would also be bad. Hold, please. There we are. Alright, and now we got color, green color, grab this, and then reapply. Okay, it's definitely not supposed to be screening out dark colors. It's supposed to be screening out something that's pretty pale, but for some reason it's still getting that. I don't know why chroma key is not working with me right now, because it's really not doing nothing. We are just gonna shrink it down. We have the technology. Now we can try to reuse chroma key. Why are you picking the middle of the card and not the part that I actually clicked on? Alright, hold on. Why is it different in different little bits of the screen here? Try that one? There we go, that's better. Alright. Then we can also crop the top out. There we are. We got there through science. Alright. Nothing crazy with our first one. We have our primary brawler here. Very cleverly, I didn't really need to do a class if we have so many creature types that doesn't apply. Yeah. I decided to just sort of make it a sort of twist on Unstoppable Slasher and that type of effect. And Preacher of the Schism, sort of. More so Preacher of the Schism, with its, like, most life or not the most life. And then, hey, if you're tied with an opponent, you get both. There you go. Yeah, it's instead of card advantage if you're at the most, it is card disadvantage for your opponents. And then, of course, you just get to do a nice little death touch for a strike if you're swinging at whoever has the most life, therefore discouraging them from blocking. This is a creature that is meant to hit face. Huh? That's very weird, the way it'll fade in and fade out like that. Ah well, you can still see the game behind it though. we have our main caster as well. I decided to use some very new technology that's coming up in Secrets of Strixhaven. You get one cast of Bullet Storm alongside this creature. It's pretty much an extra card. I just made Grape Shot, except a little bit more expensive. Just in case. I don't want it to be too good, although it probably is insane. And then, of course, Prowess. We always love Prowess when we're storming off. And then, of course, once you get those 3 casts, and you can't be blocked, you don't even need Bullet Storm to do all the work. So again, Bullet Storm is 3 instead of the 2 mana for Grape Shot. And of course, there's some secret peoples as well. We're gonna show off one. We're gonna show off the main antagonist from that campaign we never finished, but obviously if I were doing a card for her in that campaign, it would be a little bit more complex and bigger, but of course, we're doing one for just her as a side villain out of context. Boppa Booey. Oh, I should put, like, an artist... I know it's, like, a custom that I'm not actually going to use anywhere, but, like, I should still have... put in the artist credits for some of these. I just never bothered to fill them out, because, again, they're not really going anywhere. But, yeah. Got Ms. Harvex. The ghost that always comes back. Notably, in this, she can even come back from exile. You have to send her back to the library if you want to actually be rid of her. But, then again, you gotta remove counters from things to keep getting her back on the field. Gotta feel that burning hatred. And yeah, you see that reminder text at the bottom? Wonder what that could be. Alright. But yeah, I gave her the, can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures that they did in Last Airbender as well, to convey the idea that she's intangible to living in, the material world, and then can affect other things that are spiritual. And of course, Rejuvenation. I think I extended the name to Ghostly Rejuvenation in the most recent, tweak I made to it. But yeah, just 1 mana, 1/1 can't be blocked is already very strong, admittedly. And then, yeah, if you're running a deck with counters, you probably want to put a lot of +1/+1s on her. Alright. I'm already not feeling super set on the one for our Dampier there. So, that's already, it's like, okay, we're probably not gonna lock in any of the other party members for sure. There's always the option of making, one party member, 4 or 5 colors so that they can run everybody in a commander deck. But again, I'm not looking that far at it. It's just gonna be a individual by individual basis. You know what? We might actually show this one later. The sort of other half of the Belcora card. We have obviously a villain from a cut-off campaign, and we have a player character from a cut-off campaign, a different one. I'm hoping that OBS didn't get choppy while I was meddling with different windows. If only I could, like, position something on screen before actually posting. That's fine, we can just modify the piece itself. You can tell I've already run out of patience because, yeah, we're obviously about to just do it now. It would be nice if I could just block part of it off, but we can also try to edit it a little. Actually, no, this is literally something I just exported, so I can just, you know, meddle with it and then re-export it if I need to. There we go. Bam! If it is willing to cooperate. It might or might not be. Oh, that's why. It's looking for Krina. There we are. I guess it was kind of cut off by the side anyway. As you can tell, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for the other half. And a running thing that I have with this game is that the art for this character is often just a Shia art with an added sphere of law elemental energy, because that's what a Kunrasu is. Just a carven tree that a law sphere uses to move itself around. Yeah. You have a nice eye-popping 6/10 for 3 mana, except technically it starts off as a 0/4 for 3 mana. Suffice to say, the back does not enter with all those counters on it. Although, admittedly, 4 mana, even though you do need both creatures out, probably a bit low for getting out that back. But that's fine. Yeah. Nice little death trigger to convey that this is a bit of a sinister character, despite their mono-white identity on this card. Yeah, it gets larger, which is perhaps a little rare for white to, you know, have a creature grow in size as things die. And then, surprisingly enough, I found that white often... Well, white has had a few cards that are like, oh, gain 1 life whenever anything dies. But then, green has never had that. And then vice versa for getting +1/+1 counters when things die. Obviously, both of those things are very core black mechanics, but again, like, anybody can sort of do their own things whenever creatures die, and white and green are the other two colors that might interact with, like, death in the graveyard. Well, I suppose no, also red. Red is, you know, the color of hitting things for damage and blowing them up, and sometimes reacting to them dying. And of course, seize the Ebon Lens, because in the lore, they're sort of... It gets sort of a little twisted by the constant exposure to Nimbalot's essence.
Say hi. I hope you weren't expecting more regular intervals of commentary from me, but that's not why you're here, is it? You're here for the game, for the art, for the endlessly spiraling sense of pointlessness and despair. Yes, this is what drives your every action. Keep clicking that button. For hope, for freedom, for science, for love. Don't ever, ever stop.
Thank you, narrator. Alright. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, we were talking about... Yes. I also need to, like, tweak the card a little bit so that the overlay for the reverse side's power toughness doesn't completely cover... Like, doesn't interfere with the text too much. Unfortunately, that's not, like, an automatic thing in MSE. You have to, like, really manually finagle with your effect text. Unfortunately, I am getting a little bit of the case of the wordy cards when it comes to this campaign. But yes, what was I saying? Continual exposure to a Cthulhu-adjacent entity. Because Nimbalot is like an original... it's an original OC goddess that is related to the pantheon that Pathfinder just sort of borrowed wholesale from the public domain Lovecraft mythos. And yeah, continual exposure to that, you know, can slowly twist a person. And thus, this particular entity got a little too buddy-buddy with a big villainess and got taken over. We were using the meld mechanic because we all love the meld mechanic. Got used successfully enough in Eldritch Moon, got brought back in Brothers War. And yeah, I'm not too confident in the rest of them to even know the ones from this particular campaign off. Maybe later on in the stream I'll... Well, no, I can't really do too much later because I'm gonna have to have both hands on the controller. But, yeah, later on maybe we can check on some of the cards I've made for other campaigns. It is nice that there's no achievement for hitting all the endings. It's just something that, as was joked about with the figurines, you just do for your own achievement, not for any sort of in-game marker. You just do it because it's like something to do. Something to get done and feel the satisfaction of having done it. Which is what I'm doing now. Alright, we're going back. Nobody's here. We're gonna have to move our cord around again, but that's fine. Well, probably not even that much. We can just scroll down. Scroll up. There we go. I do have a concept in mind. Like, I have a little bit for the main antagonist of the campaign I'm actually running, Shades of Blood, but obviously... Ooh, I don't want to show that off really. It has their name, has their picture on it, like... I gotta keep a little bit of mystery. Besides, I actually don't have, like, a finished design yet. Alright. Alright. Oh, actually. Alright, the formatting isn't exactly right, but I like the idea. Ooh, hold on, and then we can make this white-blue hybrid. Yeah! Yeah, the effect there is it's a slow blank, it's a white or blue effect. Do I want to do this, or do I want to make it just one color, though? Make this one color. We already have the witch in blue, so I guess we'll make the robe on a white with a white-black sneak. And the sneak is gonna be like, oh yeah, check hands for traps. Gonna get on our phone and scryfall some creatures that make the opponent discard when they enter. In particular, the ones that let you, I guess, look at hands. Alright, we're gonna sort by date. We're gonna look for color black, actually, because that's the one that is the actual thing I'm looking for. There's plenty of cards that are just like, yeah, you get to discard and draw, or like nonsense like that, and I'm obviously not looking for that. I suppose it usually is target opponent reveals their hand and you choose one, or it is, you know, just player discards a card, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for specifically you learning what's in players' hands, and then also being able to discard individual cards. Obviously, there's a lot of like little 2-mana guys, well, 2-mana 1/1s that make an opponent discard when they enter, but that's a card of their choice. And again, I'm looking for a card of the controller's choice. You'd be surprised at how few creatures, I mean, I guess it is kind of obvious, how few creatures give you, like, a look at opponent's hand. Alright, here we are. Oil Deep Gear Hulk does something like that. Look at target player's hand, you may choose a card from it. Yeah. Alright. Hey, if I want to be really fancy, I can make the sneak cost blue-black. Leave the card mono-white. And then have it be more like Oil Deep Gearhulk's entry. Where it, like, has them discard that card, but then they can get another one back. That's the thing, I don't want to make it too cheap, though, because, like, obviously Oil Deep Gearhulk, I mean, again, it's just sort of a big creature as well. Like, that's really where most of the cost comes from, but... Here, let's look for creatures that say each or reveal. Not each. Not each. Look, not each. There we are. Okay, there's also mono-black target player discards and then gets to draw a card to replace it. It's not necessarily like a blue-black thing. To be fair, it is a drawback to a discard effect. Because concealing curtains when it flips into revealing eye will also, like, let the opponent draw a card when it does its thing. It's very funny, because I kind of didn't want to do black at first, because I felt like I had too much black among these cards, and it's like, well, two of them are antagonists. And then I also removed black from our cleric as well. So the rogue can be white-black, The medic rogue, white, black. There you go. Rogues are also very blue because they're, you know, sneaky and stealthy and use sort of quick wits to overcome brute strength. But, black can also do a lot of those things. What a day. Ooh. I like the idea that, I'll give them collect evidence, and for like, some sort of small bonus. But more importantly, I'll give them threshold. I'm talking about the main antagonist here. I'll give them threshold, gain shadow. So I kept thinking, like, oh, you know, they have to do with darkness. They should have the ability shadow in some way. But then, like, maybe they're able to toggle it. But I like the idea that it's a little difficult to toggle, but you can if for some reason you want them to block. And that way, if you go below threshold by not having that many cards in your graveyard, bada bing, you know? Just to explain what I mean, collect evidence is remove a number of cards up at or beyond a certain total mana value. Like, if you have something that costs, like, 2 and a red, and something else that costs, like, 2 generic and 3 green, that's collect evidence 8. If you know, get all of them out of your graveyard. So. And then collect evidence is just a little smarty pants name, because they're a smarty pants villain. Maybe something that's not related to what's it called? Something that's not related to the collecting evidence, because obviously that would be a little counterproductive. That relates to like milling or like drawing and discarding. I like draw and discard because it helps them stay blue, because I was considering, like, oh, at the beginning they had vigilance, and then I wasn't really going to do shadow. And like, oh yeah, the vigilance is the blue part, but I'm going to probably, yeah. Gonna probably give them a nice little draw and discard on something. Collect evidence, some nonsense. And then threshold, shadow. I guess I'm gonna take away the part where they, like, get larger. Or maybe they're gonna connive. Connive, collect evidence is funny. Well, that's the problem. Like, naturally, because, collect evidence is an input, and then, like, doing something is an output. It kind of wants to be like, oh, collect evidence, maybe that lets you do the other part of the card, but, like, no. The collecting evidence is not anything. Here, we're gonna get rid of keywords. Well, we're gonna probably give them lifelink because they're a vampire. Alright. Oh, there we are. Collect evidence, hexproof until end of turn. Bada bing. I was considering, maybe we give them ward because, ooh, they're a little easy to hit. I just bumped up their mana cost to reflect the fact that they're not going to be a small creature that grows. I'm just going to make them a large creature. The dreaded curse of me making a bunch of, like, wordy cards comes in again. I need to make one of these more simple. But yes, the main antagonist can be a little wordy. Collect evidence, hexproof until end of turn. 7 or more cards in graveyard. Shadow. Gosh. Sometimes, a good design just comes to you. Like, a little bit of manipulating your own graveyard. It works well. Yeah, you can. They can go. They maybe can kind of go off the edge for a good long while. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. We have to at least get to the second half of it this time. I'm listening to Dracula Flow again, and like, this is just the funniest shit. Turned his ass into some data. Oh my gosh. We're about to hit the 2-hour mark of the stream, which means that, like, I'm guessing around 2:05 we're gonna hit the 2-hour mark in game. And obviously it takes us all the way until we get to the baby game to actually start our timer. Anything else I want to do with my hands, I'm gonna have to do before the second part starts. I've been chomping on some popcorn. I had my dinner at the beginning of the stream. And just, like, I gotta just keep my cool for the other part.
You know, I've been spending the last 2 hours here embroiled in thought, and it's occurred to me, this game is incomplete.
Is it, narrator?
Something. It still doesn't have that oomph. What is it, I thought to myself?
Here's the thing, I need to remember, I have so much time to hit this button. I really don't have to rush. Narrator, you're a bastard. At least make me do this for the last hour, not the last 2 hours.
I now understand the true manifestation of this game. It needs a puppy. That's right. This puppy is being lowered toward an aquarium filled with nothing but piranha. Now you have to click the second button to avert the puppy's death, in addition to the baby's. This is it, Stanley. Art. I did it. Video games are art.
It's way over there as well.
I'll so declare, so I'll just let you get to that. No time to waste when there is such a meaningful game to be played. Bonne chance, mon ami.
Look, I have so much time. Puppy eating piranhas is funny as hell. See, this is when you actually have to lock in. Now, anytime I want to do anything, I'm gonna have to pause. Or just, like, let both of them run for a moment, you know? At least the puppy has a nice little bass riff, and it's not the annoying ass sound of this buzzer. Whew. This is the real shit now. We're in this bitch. Ain't no more showing off random stuff with one hand. Ah!